We're in Salem, Massachusetts, the hometown of author Nathaniel Hawthorne. His great-great-grandfather was a judge who sentenced accused Salem witches to their death. We are going to find the Salem Witch Memorial. Colonial-era architecture was very plain and puritanical, but beautiful. They're not just good books in Massachusetts, they're wicked good books. This is like New Orleans with witchcraft-themed shops. Voodoo, vampires, and ghosts, oh my! The Salem Witch Memorial is near this cemetery. I've explored a lot of colonial-era cemeteries. There are a dime a dozen in Rhode Island, but I've never seen imagery like this. Is that a skull? I guess that's a primitive angel. I think that's an urn. I've seen that before. That definitely looks like a skull with wings. Died 1695. Usually headstones that old are illegible, so these must have been restored. There's another pleasant-looking angel. Died 1773. I wonder why some people got angels and others got skulls. Skull and crossbones. A pirate, maybe. No, I don't think Abigail was a pirate. Look at the detail from 1718. Definitely restored. Usually the only imagery I see on these old stones is a hand with the index finger pointing up to heaven. An angel wearing a colonial powdered wig. These guys are trying to wake the dead. So much for resting in peace. Here it is. Each of the 20 benches on these walls represents a person who was accused and executed for being a witch. in this town in 1692. How it started was two girls, aged 9 and 11, exhibited bizarre behavior that couldn't be medically explained at the time, so it was attributed to witchcraft. These girls would spout gibberish, contort their bodies, and have fits. The Puritans would blame Satan and witches for anything evil or strange. So the hunt was on to find whoever cast spells on these young girls that were behaving like they were possessed. A slave named Tituba spent time with the girls, telling them supernatural stories that may have inspired them to behave that way. Tituba admitted to performing witchcraft, which would have been part of her Caribbean voodoo religion. Tituba's admission that she performed witchcraft sent Salem into a frenzy. Then other young girls started to behave bizarrely. The theory is that it was mass hysteria. Tituba saved herself by confessing and accusing other women of witchcraft. She blamed Sarah Good, a homeless beggar, and Sarah Osborne, a social outcast who didn't attend church. Then an old woman named Martha Corey was accused of witchcraft. She was not an outcast. She was a decent church-going person, but the accused were guilty until proven innocent. So Martha was hanged. She was 72 years old. Then Martha's husband was accused of witchcraft when he came to his wife's defense. He was executed by pressing. They put a wood board on his body and kept putting large rocks on the board until his chest was crushed. Mr. Corey was 81 years old when he was pressed to death. Rebecca Nurse was a respected member of the community but executed after she refused to confess to being a witch. She was a 71-year-old grandmother. Bridget Bishop's spirit is believed to be haunting the streets of Salem to this day. She's an angry and bitter ghost, and she should be. I was surprised to see men were accused. I thought it was only women. George Burroughs had dark skin like Native Americans who were seen as evil, and he also owed people money, so people had other motivations to make accusations in a few cases. So he was hanged even though he was a minister. When I saw the name Parker, I remembered a TV show where genealogists researched the family trees of celebrities. And I remember Sarah Jessica Parker from Sex and the City found out that she had an ancestor that was accused of being a Salem witch. But this is not her ancestor. Her ancestor was just about to be executed, but then the witch trials ended and her ancestor survived. This Parker is actually an ancestor of President George Bush. Margaret Scott was almost 80 years old, and after she became a widow, she couldn't support herself, so she became a beggar. So she was an easy target in the witch hunt and was executed. John Willard. This guy was a constable who arrested the accused, and then he decided, this is wrong, I'm not arresting people anymore, and I don't believe the accusers. So the accusers retaliated and accused him of witchcraft, and he was executed. The trials ended when the girls started accusing judges' wives of being witches and the governor's wife. And the governor said, okay, this is going too far now, this needs to stop. By then, 20 people were executed. Over 100 were imprisoned, including children. In the end, the people of Salem came to their senses and admitted it was all a big mistake.